I wonder what's everyone's favorite firework. I mean, it's actually the type of fireworks I really like are not the super big ones that you see during like celebrations or where people like, or it's more like a government organized type of like a organized firework. Like you get to see the super big ones. No, I think it's I like it more when the more should I say this, like family friendly firework, like a smaller fireworks, like those like a sparkler, oh my god, sparkler kind of scale ones, like you can do at home, those kind of fireworks. I wonder what's everyone's favorite. I remember back in my childhood, there's like a couple that's really interesting, especially in China. Especially China has a lot of firework varieties actually, and I think one of my favorite variety was the I think there's one. I think seen it here too. It was the parachute. It was a parachute firework, where you launch something really high up, and then in there it contains also an object with a parachute, and after a while after it goes up and then started coming down with like a small parachute. I don't know why it's actually kind of funny. And then normally there's like a little figurine attached to it at the end, and then you can take it, and then basically you can just take it home. And those are super cheap too. Like it's probably illegal. It's probably illegal back in China. That's when we get it. But I was super young, and I'm not sure about here. I think in Canada you can buy fireworks in certain places, but it was never like a big variety of it. And I remember I think there's one kid back in my high school that used to sell fireworks to other kids. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I'm not sure what happened to that. I'm not sure what happened to that guy, but yeah, I see some guy used to sell fireworks. It was crazy. It was wild back then. And okay, back. So I think the parachute one was probably one of my favorite one, because I don't know, because it's just so funny. Because to be honest, it's kind of useless, but it's kind of funny. And I remember there's another one that was really interesting. It was a tank. It was a miniature tank. It was like a metal tank. It's not like a complicated. It's like a two boxes welded together with like what's gonna call it? With like a metal cylinder attached in front to like kind of imitate the shape of a tank. And what happened is that when you light it up, it will start slowly moving forward. It starts slowly moving forward, and then after a while it stops, and then it starts to spewing like fireworks from the front, like cannon fires, and then kept going until like I think in the end it was like a burst of fires, and it was actually really fun. It was actually really fun, and what you can take home was the was the little metal box. You can take home the metal box, even though it's kind of useless, it's kind of pointless. It's like a manually welded together kind of a metal tank shape. It doesn't even resemble anything, but I think back then as a child it just feels so fun. You see the little tank just slowly moving forward, and then it started firing off. It wasn't like a small either. It was actually, how big is it? It's definitely like bigger than the modern phones these days. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. It was such a distant memory. But there's the other one. I think, and then of course there's also the classic spinners. They're kind of like Beyblades. And then you just light it up and put it on the ground, and after a while they start to spin really fast. And it's kind of like a sparklers attached to like a Beyblade, and then it started to go wild. It started to go wild everywhere, and it started to basically spewing. Yeah, I mean, it basically started to spew a whole bunch of fireworks everywhere, and it starts spinning. Oh, I think back then there were some kids also treated like Beyblades. They have two of these together, and they started battling each other. It was super dangerous. It was actually super dangerous because they're not Beyblade. They're not really weighed properly, and they just spins. And they might fly out something and hit someone. So who knows? But I mean, we were kids back then, and then we didn't really have anything like play with. So I guess fireworks was the way to go, right? And oh my god, we used to play like, so many dangerous games fireworks, and it was, I mean, in China, I think the only time we got fireworks was during New Year. I think during the Lunar New Year was the only time we got fireworks. But there was also oh man, I don't know like what the people here will call it. Like we used to have like those like long fireworks that's red, that's really loud. Oh, I don't know what it's called here, but it's like one of those like really loud. I might show a picture on my screen if I make this into a video. I don't know yet, but it was really loud. And what we do back then was that you can actually take the really long fireworks apart, and then you can get like individual smaller fireworks from the whole pack. And what we do, oh my god, it's now think about it, it's so dumb. What we do as kids, right? We would light those up. We will hold like each of us holding a lighter, right? We will light those up, and we will actually throw them at each other. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like back then we just like to throw stuff at each other. So fucking bad. So fucking bad. And then we would just light those up and throw at each other. And so since those fireworks are designed to be super loud, even though they're super small, but they're super loud. I wouldn't say it's like too dangerous. As long as you don't hold it in your hands, then it's nothing. Honestly, it's nothing really because they're super small too. And then you just throw it at each other, and then I mean, we don't throw at each other's head. We normally like, throw at each other's foot, right? Like foot area, and then it will go off. And then of course, when parents found out, they would be super mad at us. But that's what we did back then. We're just throwing fireworks at each other, and yeah, I think we did that a lot. Holy shit! Now think about it. Oh my god, that's really dangerous. But I think that's a good thing about China, right? I think not the throwing firework part. Not throwing firework part. I'm thinking that I think there's something really good about China is like the variety of those like little toy, those like little variations of fireworks. Like there's so many, and then I remember back then my dad would take me to like those firework shops. They would just set it up around New Year, and a whole bunch of them. And then we can just like take a whole bag, just shove them in, just shove the whole bag in. And then during New Year, I think everyone goes downstairs. All kinds of kids would just goes downstairs from the apartment, and then we would just play with fireworks. And it was a good time. It was a very simple time back then. It was such a simple time. And it was so fun. Dangerous, but fun. You know? I mean, what's I mean, how can it not be fun when it's dangerous? But now thinking back, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't really throw fireworks at each other. But was it fun? It was hella fun. It was like a dodgeball with fireworks. It was like a firework dodgeball. Oh man, good times. It was really good times. Honestly, if to be honest, if there's a I wonder if there's like a firework tier list. If there's like some sort of firework tier list, that's or maybe I can just make my own tier list of fireworks I can find. But I don't know, like some of those like fireworks are not officially sold. I really want to rank all my favorite childhood fireworks, and yeah, and then just maybe make something out of it. Oh my god, I really want to show you guys. Man, that'd be great. Yeah, so let me know what's your favorite fireworks, and back in your either your childhood or something crazy you did with fireworks. Yeah, let me know. Maybe it's even, who knows, maybe some of you guys did even way worse than what I did than just throwing fireworks at each other. Maybe you guys got something really screwed up thing to do. So let me know.